Abusing the grind and switching like dimes. These niggas can't see me on tippy toes.
Welcome to the Club 3 and 4 podcast. I am Cameron. We'll hold on my co-host Leo.
Yo.
This is episode Deuce. You know what I'm saying? I think about this Deuce episode. You know what I'm saying? 22. We are here, just the two of us. We're gonna talk some shit that's going on in real life events today. Make sure y'all subscribe to our feeds wherever you get your podcasts at. Make sure you hit the subscription on YouTube and you hit the notification bells whenever we upload. So Leo, let's hop right into it.
We're gonna start off a little heavy. Not a little heavy. We're gonna start off heavy. So ice, especially in where they ever Minnesota, is getting pretty bad out there. It's getting really bad. They not caring about who they hurt and that stuff. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the lady. Of course, I can't remember her name right now, so I don't remember anyone's name.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to the lady, to the male nurse that recently got gunned down as well. I just want to say that ICE is just taking. I mean, it was already taken too far at first, but they're going a whole nother level. It is really fucking bad. But I mean, keep up the protests. You gotta keep on fighting against it. I feel like because I've seen some people. I know what's his name, Los Pollos. I don't know if he goes by that or Polos, but I seen that shit. And he said that something along the lines of don't fight back or don't interfere. You know, it's not worth risking your life, which I don't want anyone to risk their life as well. But we can't just let this slide, let it be.
Listen, let me ask you something. So if you were an ICE agent and you had
there's a horrible question right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I just want your perspective. If you were an ICE agent and you had to go in and arrest illegals, for lack of a better word, that sounds so bad. Arrest these people, and a civilian tried to attack you or harm you, what would you do in their situation? Because they are authorized to use lethal force, as we all see.
And that's the problem, I feel like, because they're not trained besides lethal force. I don't think any of them have tasers. I don't think any of them have any training as far as de-escalating the situation. They all have all videos I've seen. They're all escalating it, or they're right away going to lethal force no matter what. And it's just, if I was an ICE agent, I wouldn't probably. I hate that word, but I wouldn't be trying to escalate no situation.
And to a fact, I'm not gonna say that everybody they arrested has been illegal. So I seen some people they was just arresting.
They just arresting as long as you look illegal.
Look suspicious because I'll be seeing things on my Twitter feed where it was in Chicago. To be fact, this had to be a month ago at this point. Where this kid probably in his early 20s is running and they called him and arrested him and threw his ass in the back of a car. And for all that, he was just without no context, no background, what was going on. He was literally standing on the corner, and they got him. And like I said, he was an African-American, probably early 20s. So things like that in that nature, and going off what you said, too, as far as, they just using lethal force, not even trying to de-escalate, like going, a taser. Not even using to calm the situation down. And granted, I don't know if they put themselves in this situation trying to play hero or.
That's what it seems like.
Because I've based off what happened with the woman that died in her car, I thought she was. It's still no excuse, but I think she was blocking whoever the ICE agent was trying to go after. Afterward, I said I will fact check myself to see that's what happened. But I think she was blocking whoever the ICE agent was going, and they ended up shooting her in the face in her SUV. So,
no, I don't think it was that. Because I remember they shot her, or the guy shot her because she was driving away, but his dumbass was in the way of the car. Because typically, as far as I've heard, typically law enforcement, they're taught how to approach a car, which way to approach a car and all this stuff so they don't harm themselves. But since the ICE agent said that they don't got no training, no nothing, they're just volunteers or people that want to think they're doing good. That you saw, I mean, you see in the video of him recording, he wraps around the whole car the whole other way. He goes the passenger side, wraps around to the driver's side.
Like I said, I definitely need more context on some of the things that we're going to talk about, because I do want to talk about this in more detail.
I do too, but
I don't want to, I don't want to come, be like, this half-ass talking and not know what the hell I'm talking about. And he's like, oh man, you put this on there, you don't know what the fuck you talk. I don't want to do all that. So for right now, I'm going to, for at least on my end, I don't know if Leo has to throw up more thoughts on it. He's more than welcome to share what he's on. But for me personally, I'm going to table it till I get more information so I can speak more about what's going on in this area, because it's definitely a persistent thing, and it seems like the problem is going to grow. It was a truck that was transporting ICE cars here in St. Louis. So this had to be out in St. Peter's at the time, so I guess they started to migrate more down here, because I don't know if this had anything to do when Trump said, "Oh, we're going to save St. Louis, we're going to save Chicago." I don't know if that's what he meant by that, or his version of it.
It's probably a mix of all that.
Yeah, so when him coming in saying that, probably 2-3 months ago at this point.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this is what he meant by saying, "Oh, we're going to save them. We're going to save these cities and things like in that nature." So for me, for right now, I'm going to back up off this topic for right now until I can get more details. So I would love to come back and revisit this topic and talk about it more thoroughly. And once I get more information on it,
I'll probably follow suit with you, back off the topic for now, because I mean, while I do see it, and I just wanted to bring it up because it's getting really, really bad out there, and as a Mexican, I just gotta say something. I feel like, but it's also, while I'm backing off the topic, I'm not backing off because I don't know much and I don't want to take sides. I'm taking sides. It's fuck ICE and fuck Trump. Just get set it straight. It's fucking like that. But as far as like actually going in depth about it, I can't do that. I just know it's fuck them. That's all.
All right.
Off to the lighter notes.
Yeah. On to.
Or should we go off of that note and talk about Nicki?
Talk about who?
Nicki.
Oh yeah, let's keep it going, man.
Okay. I mean, it's a little lighter, but still.
And keep it in the same realm. Nicki Minaj, better known as Nicki Minaj, has recently came out and supported Donald Trump and his campaign, or I ain't gonna say campaign, in his movement of what's going on. She was recently on the stage with him. So what was your thoughts? What's your thoughts on Nicki Minaj?
I mean, keep it that. So Mega Minaj. I mean, I never really listened to Nicki like that. I mean, I have a few songs I listen to.
I was never a bar. I mean, she has some.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a full blown fan, but I knew of her and that. She was
bar.
always a star, so I've always heard of her. But I've never really thought of her going down this route. Apparently, she's always been Republican, from what some people I've seen said, and that she's always at least been like right leaning a little. But I feel like there's a whole new step, because I mean, her fan base is mainly women, and I want to say mostly LGBTQ people as well.
Yep. So
to see her go down this route when her fan base is majority of who the right at this point is pretty much against and vilify, I don't know what she's thinking.
Let me ask you something. Do you think her antics was worse than what Kanye was doing back in 2018, 19? Because I remember it was like because Kanye, in general, and me as a fan of his music, so I'll admit, I bumped Kanye. I'm not going to sit here in front. I think Kanye probably got the most classic hip hop albums tied with Jay-Z, in my opinion. That's another conversation we can have another day. Hey, the comment section, y'all get at me, whatever. But I think that when he was doing it, when Kanye was doing it, When he was, I think Kanye was necessarily trying to. I think his purpose was he was trying to get Larry out of prison. I think that was his way because he's trying to get Larry Hoover out of prison. One of the reasons.
Oh, you talking about when he was doing the MAGA route as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
this is what I'm talking about. 2018.
I thought you were talking about all his antics.
No.
That's why I was like,
when Kanye was getting very, very, very buddy
with Trump,
when he was wearing the red hat,
I remember that.
all that, and a lot of his peers turned on him. Some of his fans probably backed up off of him, and the media start turning on. Like I remember, like Breakfast Club, Charlemagne had words with him and all type of things, and T.I. hopped on the track with him, and was it Ye's versus the People? T.I. starting as the People, so he was very polarizing at that time because his first term in office wasn't as nearly as it was bad, but I don't think it was as polarizing as this term.
Yeah.
So I think Trump was just doing shit to do shit. His first one, and I think he still is, but he got
a little more power and backing. I
think he doubled down this time around. But going back to the original question, do you think Nicki's or how Nicki's going about this, aligning herself with Trump? Do you think this is worse or than what Kanye was doing back in 2018, as far as aligning himself and some of the things he was doing at that time?
Honestly, I had to think. I'm gonna go down the route that I think Nicki's is a little worse, because Kanye, while he did do that, and it was bad, probably. I mean, it was bad, but then his other antics kind of just pushed that out of the way to the point where I forgot about that. I forgot he went down Trump lane and just trying to, and like you said, you think it was for the Larry.
Yeah, I think he was trying because I think his main objective was trying to get Larry Hoover out of prison. I think that was his main goal.
And I don't think he went that heavy either in the
I mean, like I said, this is 2018, so that was 8 years ago at this point. So it's a lot of things that I don't remember, but it's a lot of things I do remember. So without just going off of surface information in my head, I remember him going after Larry. Like, that's one of the reasons why him and Drake truce.
Yeah, had a little truce.
They had a truce, and they did the Free Larry Hoover concert in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
which didn't work, obviously.
No.
I think at most Trump cut down some of his time, but that's as far as what happened with Larry. But the thing about Kanye is Kanye just do things, but I think he always did it the wrong way. As far as I remember going back to the George Bush thing, when Hurricane Katrina was happening, he was like, George Bush don't care about black people. And everybody was standing there awkward. Like Charlie Sheen was standing there awkward. They cut back to Chris Tucker. You flabbergasted. You know what the fuck was going on. What the heck?
Yeah. And
did he just really say that?
I don't think Kanye stuck to the MAGA as it seems like Nicki is, because she's had about 3 instances now where she's been sticking hard to the Trump and all the Erica Kirk, all that, and I just feel like I don't know, because I think it's also for Nicki, it's against more of her fan base than it was Kanye, because Kanye's fan base at the time, I mean they were still rocking with him. Most of the Kanye fan base was still rocking with him. They were still rocking with them, even still with the anti-Semitic. They kept going with them, but I feel like Nicki's fan base is taking a much larger hit than Kanye's did when they both did the MAGA thing.
Oh, my fault. It wasn't Charlie Sheen. I meant it was Mike Myers. I apologize. I mean, it was Mike Myers that was with Kanye. I not Charlie. I think what the difference between Kanye and Nicki is Kanye got outstanding music, and a lot of times his fans, probably casual fans, look past his antics
for the music
because of his music and what he did, because he had a run 5 albums, maybe 6 and 7 if you really want to glaze, like College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Watch the Throne, and then Yeezus. And then if you want to keep it going, Life of Pablo. Like the run he had from 2004 to 2016, the shit was crazy. Difference with that is Nicki don't got that. She had a classic with Pink Friday. Roman Reloaded was whatever. It was cool. And then if you want to argue Pink Print as a classic, that's up to the listener. I don't consider it a classic, but it was a good album. It was a good album. And then after that, she kind of musically
step back,
declined. I'm not a fan of Queen. Pink Friday 2 is whatever to me. But
then she started getting at it with a lot of it.
Yeah, and then because Nicki, for a reason, she been going on having these back and forths with. I don't know what the problem. I don't want to sit here and psychoanalyze what her problem is because a lot of times I feel like her issues stem from that it was upcoming rappers. Rather, it was I'm gonna say she had a long rivalry with Remy Ma, and then when that happened, and Cardi B came out the woodwork and took her place, and the industry kind of shut her Nicki down for a while, and then all of a sudden it was a flood of new female rappers City Girls. Who else? Lotto.
I think Megan was coming around that.
Megan was still was coming up still. It was and then for majority of these women, she had issues with all of them. Majority of them. Yeah. Like, of course, we remember a couple months ago, Cardi B and Nicki had a little back and forth on Twitter, and
really spiteful comments.
Yeah, it was a lot of crazy. I don't want to talk about. Excuse me. I don't want to talk about all that again, but I don't know. It's like for whatever reason, I just generally don't know what the problem is and why she got to this point. Like, rather, she definitely made questionable decisions as far as her music go, but I don't know I honestly don't know how we get from that and we got to this point with her aligning herself with Trump.
I really don't know either. It's hard.
Like,
the only way I could think is her legal status, but you said something about how.
Well, she was born in Trinidad, and then she moved to Queens when she was a young kid, if I'm remembering correctly. So I don't know. I'm assuming she has U.S. residency, and then she.
I don't even think because then she also got a golden ticket recently from Trump.
I think was that fake?
I don't know. I just seen that and I was. Like,
I don't think that's real because that's real. It's fake.
It's fake? All right.
Yeah, it's fake.
I was popping over.
No, Twitter spreading misinformation.
True.
Shit, that was she a U.S. resident.
But I really don't know. Besides that, if that is part of the problem, like her having
I wonder if she got
legal status. I don't know what else she would be going for MAGA for.
I wonder if she got undiagnosed bipolar disorder or something. 'Cause I don't know. She tripping. Maybe. But I don't know. I just think so with Kanye. I feel like he get a lot. Like he ahead of the curve for some things he's talking about.
He just does it in the wrong way, like he's.
Yeah, he just do shit in the wrong way. Like I don't know. Forrest, we used to get in the Nazi shit. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But hey,
I feel like he could have been more of the against Israel instead of going full blown Nazi.
I think
that would have saved a majority of the backlash he got.
I thought that he always just doing that shit to get out his deals.
That's what he did say. He was doing that to get out. He wanted to try to go independent on everything, fashion, music. So he wanted to try to tarnish his image. That's what he said.
That would make because he had 10, maybe longer, but he did 10 albums with Def Jam, and then he had a deal with Adidas, and I think he had another deal with Gap to produce the clothes. So he had the shoe deal with Adidas, and he had a clothing deal with Gap, and then once he said what he said, and everybody dropped
him. And then he tried to do it on his own, but I don't even know if it.
I think he's successful because when he sells it, he sells his stuff on his web, not the shoes. Because I think that's all Adidas. I think Adidas own the blueprints and all that.
Yeah.
But as far as his clothing, he sells his shit that's more affordable because it was older video or something on the lines where he said, where fans asked, why is everything expensive? He said, that's not me, that's Adidas. So I think he said he wanted to make affordable clothing for people. Like, Like if you go on this website now, you got things priced at like $20, $30.
Okay.
Stuff that's more like reasonable for his fans to wear his clothing.
And since we is on the topic of Ye, his apology, what we think about it?
I'm skeptical about his apology because I don't
am
know
too.
if he is in a better headspace. I'm happy for him,
Oh, definitely.
but I don't know if he just doing this to
Try to get back into good graces.
yeah, because he always seemed like like what he do is he do something crazy. He's in the media for something crazy. Then he'll disappear, and you think I was Kanye. I guess Kanye doing better, and he come out and do it again. So I don't know because he do have an album coming out, Bully.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be sometime in March. So I don't know if he's doing that to make sure the sales of Bully will be where it should be. Because right now, because he just had last night, January 30th, he just had a show in Mexico. 42,000 people in that stadium in Mexico. And they sung every song in their word for word, even if they knew English or not. They was singing that shit like they knew it.
Okay, I
like,
see no.
They understand it. Yeah. So he had a live show, and I think he had another show in Africa or something like that. I think so. I don't know if this is part of his elaborate rollout for this album or what. So
Potentially,
I'm skeptical. We'll see because he might say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then
he goes right back to it. I'm a little skeptical of the apology as well, and everything he said and then with the cause for certain things and all that. But I mean, he was on that nitrous, so I can imagine that did fuck him up a lot. The car crash being a part of the problem, I can see it, but for it to be underlying for so long, I don't know. But the nitrous, I feel like, is what really just elevated everything, probably, in my opinion. And then hopefully he's off that. Hopefully he's getting the right mental health now. And hopefully he's just right in the right mental state now, and that he's bettering himself pretty much. Yeah, hopefully the apology is genuine, because I mean, if it's genuine and he starts to change his life from now, so I guess I feel like he can do it. But it's like you said, next thing you know, a week from now, after the album releases maybe or something, he could just go right back to the antics, and we won't know. We won't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's genuine too, because he always so happen to go back to doing some of the old shit. I still can't think of the damn word. Relapse. I don't know. I don't think that's fucking read something. Oh well. Let's switching gears here. I'm gonna go straight into the music. So, as far as hip hop go, A$AP Rocky came back outside after 8 years of being away. His last album in 2018 was Testing, which had mixed reviews. This album, Don't Be Dumb, phenomenal, sensational. No, it's definitely. I don't know if it's gonna be a classic. I'm not gonna go that far, but it was a good album. It was a great way to set the tone, especially when you have J. Cole coming out next week, and probably hopefully the expectations for this album is high. But before we get to Cole, so we're gonna talk about that next podcast. We're gonna talk about Rocky. What was your thoughts about it? About this Rocky album? Did it meet your expectations?
I didn't have any expectations, I would say, just because I didn't listen to Rocky that often, so I didn't know. Well, I mean, I knew what music he made and everything, but I wasn't really actively waiting for this album or anything. But I thoroughly enjoyed my listening to it, especially the second half. I really enjoyed a couple of tracks I could do without. No, not really. I enjoyed it, and it was just a couple tracks for me. But he did good. He did good. Beat selection, flows, lyrics, all that. Did good. Features was cool. It was good as well. Except for, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to bring it up because it's gonna back.
What?
I was listening to it. Only reason too is because I have a friend of mine who played this song, and I remember my cousin. He was texting me getting the call because he's playing a trash ass song. The one more song with Doechii, Robbery.
Oh.
I just remember it because that was what he was playing when my cousin was like, "Man, get in this fucking car. He's playing some trash ass shit." And when I listened to it at first, when they were playing, I didn't like it, but I was listening to it to like a call, so I didn't really get a good listen to it. But having a listen to myself, it's okay. It was a cool track. I didn't like Doechii when she was doing that one part with the ad lib and everything. But besides that, it was a cool track. Not my favorite. I got other tracks that are my favorite on that album. Like Don't Be Dumb was cool. I don't think it needed to be a transition to Trip Baby. It would have been cool with just Don't Be Dumb. The end. Stop Snitching. Yeah. Just to name a few highlights that I had with that. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I thought it was a good album myself. Me in particular, I'm a big Brent Faiyaz fan.
That track too. I'm
a big
I almost
Brent
left that
Faiyaz
off.
fan. So Stay Here for Life was a good out. Which turns out that was a leak by Brent. Yeah, it was unreleased. I'm gonna say leak. It was an unreleased song, and I guess ASAP picked the phone, called him, said, "Let me get him," and they probably.
Oh, okay. You meant like that. Okay. I thought you meant it got leaked out because I ain't heard it.
No, it's unreleased. If you probably find the original version on YouTube.
Okay.
So I guess technically it is a leak.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Stop Stitching with Sauce Walker too. That was a fire song.
What about the track where he dissed that Drake and I think Travis.
Stole Your Flow was another one I liked. As far I don't give a damn because at the end of the day, if that goes for everybody hip hop. If y'all not going to battle, I don't want to hear nobody jousting. I don't want to hear nobody sneak this. I don't want to hear nobody jabbing at each other. I don't want to hear none of that because at the end of the day, I don't want to hear no subliminals. You talking about somebody because you at the end of the day, ASAP he a cool rapper, but he ain't nothing special as far as rapping. Like you not finna do nothing with Drake. Like when we really finna. All right, so when we had this conversation, as far as family, like I feel like Drake had the better portion this to ASAP than he did to Kendrick. Like Drake was straight sliding it on that part. Like I feel like he went harder at ASAP than he did at Kendrick. Like, even though majority of the song was about Kendrick, I think he sneaked couple shots in at Rick Ross or whatever, but like
Rick, Future,
Weekend, yeah, but like I feel like he went harder at them 8-10 bars he had at ASAP. I feel like he
ASAP with Rihanna. That's why
that too.
His jealousy still lives on.
Yeah, I mean you cooking, bro. I think because he fucked up. I think even after they broke up, you still making songs about Rihanna, i.e. fucking fans, and majority about that song was about Rihanna and basically detailing their breakup. And basically, I guess Rihanna called it quits with Drake after he found out that his son was born with another woman, and she said, "Fuck this, I'm out." And I can remember keep in mind she is a Caribbean woman, so. So I can imagine what I can't talk.
Went on behind doors.
Yeah, with that conversation. So, but then Drake has a history. Not only talk about women on his songs, that he was probably dissing. He was dissing Rihanna, like it's kind of if you know type of thing on the opening track on Virginia Beach on. For All the Dogs, like when he said you got a parsing degree or something. That was about Rihanna because she went to school there, if I believe, designing. If I'm not mistaken, again I'll fact check myself in post. So that's just really what it is. And then of course, Jenny, what guy is gonna be cool with a dude that you dated? Like, I'm whooping your ass. Like, I'm not trying to be friends with you. Like, but I get it. At one point, ASAP, Kendrick, Drake,
It was all cool.
They was all cool at one point. With Drake and Kendrick thing was more.
There was more competition.
More music and competition. We know Drake a little sensitive, and we don't gotta get back to that. But we know we all know. But ASAP, ASAP, Drake, Chris Brown. All women. and it's the same woman too.
Yeah,
It's the same woman.
Yep.
all
Reason
why they
them, but only one of them was able to keep. I don't want to say that because never mind. I'm not saying it.
You already said it, bro.
No, because I was gonna say keep the prize, but I'm not trying to make Rihanna sound like she's a surprise.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
At the end of the day, and they all beefing because of a woman. So that's all I gotta say about that. As far as the album go, just strictly the album, solid body work. Wasn't worth 8 years waiting on. I don't think no album's worth 8 years of waiting on. But for him,
that's why for me it was cool because I wasn't waiting.
It's a better album than Tester. I'll say that much. Of course, except not a crazy rap or lyricist or anything like that. He can rap, but he ain't no lyricist or nothing crazy like that. Good body work.
Braggadocious.
I know you didn't finish it. What was your thoughts on Don Toliver?
Don's
Octane.
From the little amount because I haven't finished it like you said, but the little amount I read I listened, bro. It's cool. It's cool. I haven't really found that like highlight type of track that I will probably keep going back to over and over again. Intro is still probably one of my favorites. The one with and then the 2 tracks with features right off the bat. One with Yeet and the other one, what's the other guy's name? Is it Rema? I think. Let me see. Yeah, Rema. Those 2 is cool. And then I haven't gotten any further really besides that. But I mean, I'm looking forward to finishing it still. It's just I didn't even know he released I Won't Lie. I didn't even know. I wasn't tapped into hip hop for a minute, so I wasn't really knowing when anyone was releasing.
I think that my problem when you are signed to an artist label and you're an artist yourself, I don't like. Yes, it's great that you get the exposure and you get put on and stuff like that. But like my whole thing is, well, I don't know if this is an artist thing or this is a label thing, but the fact that you don't get a lot of promotion when it comes to I didn't even know he was coming out with an album until I looked on the tab on my Apple Music page where it shows new releases for that Friday or that Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know he was putting out anything. So usually I will see on hip hop Twitter sites saying that there's a new album from so and so.
And you would think Don Toliver, with how big he is, that the rollout would be far bigger than what I feel like this was. Because I heard about Octane, but I didn't see no rollout.
I didn't. I mean, neither. Like he just put shit out and it goes. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like a lot of times you see the artist might put out a trailer or a teaser saying the album's coming, but I ain't seen none of that.
Yeah, I ain't seen none. And Don Toliver, I feel like he's up there now to where he can be doing that.
No, hell no. He ain't that. He ain't big enough where he can just put out a surprise. Who the fuck?
No, not surprise. I mean like a trailer. Okay. All this trailer and like rollout stuff.
I don't know who the hell he think he is, where he can sit here and put out a surprise album. I don't know. I don't think it was a surprise album, but and the fact that
the rollout was just very small. I feel like
very minimum, and a lot of times it's backwards in a degree where. Okay, we put the album out and we work on it afterwards. There's a lot of promotion and performances and stuff afterwards.
When that should have been dealt with already.
But it depends what your budget of our artist, what his budget is too when it comes to artists. So, because a lot of times you might put it out, it might do his numbers, you buy your bots, whatever, and then afterwards you work on promoting it, pushing it more afterwards. Because I recently had a conversation. As far as Doja Cat, with her last album, like I don't want to get into the conversation because I think it was highly stupid. But basically, they were saying it's dope, and someone in lamest, in summing it all up, it was basically like is Doja Cat a superstar? And so what her last album do? It did 57,000 first week, and only so far, it only sold 330,000 copies. And it's probably it could go gold sometime this year or maybe early 2027. Okay. But the album success was kind of slow. So she was big, but I think that was marketing dollars, and then I think she had this little weird phase where fans started kind of messing with her. She chopped her hair off. And,
I wouldn't consider it superstar status if it goes slowly.
Yeah, but this just is one album because she had, I think, Planet Her and with the album with Spider on it, and then it was another album before that. Like those 3 albums, those had some huge records on it, and she was out here. I don't think nobody look at her seriously because you remember that debate as far as Doja Cat, is she a rapper or is she a pop star?
Oh yeah.
And like a lot of people say, I think she's more pop. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider her a rap. I mean, she can rap. Like
she can rap, but she's
not a rapper.
She does more pop song, kind of. She does more down her style, her lane, I think. Her most biggest songs are more poppy than rap.
She got more pop records than rap records. I can see if you're a rapper and trying to cross over to pop, but she was pop trying to cross over to rap.
Yeah.
So I guess in that sense, you are more an outsider, if that makes sense.
Not only in music, but also. No, let me not make that joke. God. I gotta stop.
You gotta stop, bro. You can't be saying just like the 4th time you did. You can't be saying something and then stop.
I was gonna make a joke about her being in those chat rooms with the white man. Because you said outside, and I was like, damn, that's what they was calling her when she was in the chat rooms. My apologies, Doja. My apologies. The joke just came up and it was on the fly. My fault. There's been one topic. It's probably a little short topic, but I've always been hearing this a little bit since J. Cole's coming back. I ain't gonna talk about his music or nothing. We're gonna say that for next week when we got like, all the others will, especially. Or in Kelsey, because Kelsey said he want to talk about it. But I did want to talk about when people were talking about how the battle and everything, like 2 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how it all went down and everything. They're talking about who, even though J. Cole, he gets like the most, I guess, the brunt of the jokes and all that for backing out. They be talking, and Drake does too, but some people were saying they feel like J. Cole gets a little too much brunt of the harassment compared to Drake, who went in the battle, lost the battle, and then tried to sue like crazy. Compared to J. Cole, who just win the battle.
Here's the thing,
and then rescinded it.
Here's the thing: is a lot of people get on his ass because it's hip hop, and hip hop was based out of competition. It's like a lot of it's because you are competitive. They trying to see what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. So when J. Cole basically dropped out and said, "I'm not finna go back and forth with my brother Kendrick," people look at you crazy, like what? Like since when we do that? Like I mean, wait, like you trying to. And, like, Cole already had that stigma of where he was a boring rapper back in, like, the mid-2010s. Like, he's a dope rapper, but he's boring to listen to. Nobody want to listen to. And then, like, when he had that little feature run, like, in 2018, right around he dropped KOD.
Yeah.
Like, he got that stigma up off of him. And he was the man for a while, up to, like, I'm going to say up to the off season. So he was the man for a while. And then when he basically went on stage at his Dreamfield Festival and said, I apologize and whatever Kendrick got to say, I take it on the chin. People didn't respect that. That's all it was. So, yeah, you damn right you gonna get the butter of the jokes, motherfucker, because you hop in the field. I don't give a damn what Schoolboy Q said to you on the stage for saying it's finna get ugly. Okay? Like, at the end of the day, it's probably a way that Drake is probably also manipulating Cole, too, so they can both jump Kendrick. Yeah. It didn't work, obviously, because he backed out. But at the same time, you always pounding your chest saying you the best MC, and people were trying to see it. And he had the song with Benny the Butcher, Johnny P's caddy, where he said, I put your favorite rapper in the noose, now letting them loose. And then here you are, your peer,
letting them loose,
basically challenging you, and then you kind of put your head in the sand. So I never get it, because Cole always had a history of doing that, where he would pound his chest and he would throw a little jab. So I remember back, it was smaller scale, but he would do a jab at Wale saying it wasn't nothing serious. I guess it was supposed to be more of a reality check to Wale because of how he was acting. But at the same time, you have a history of doing that because you did that with Wale, you did that with Kanye, you did that with um No Name, and then lastly, you've been pounding your chest saying I'm the number one MC and all this other shit. But then when your peer challenge you, you kind of, ooh.
Hold on now.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what all it is because at the end of the day, we're not finna rewrite history and say he's not Big Three when he is Big Three, and now you trying to insert random motherfuckers in there like Future and Tyler, and Playboy Cardi, and who else y'all want to think
Who's
of?
trying to put Playboy in there?
Look, you be surprised who be trying to put Playboy Cardi in the Big Three conversation.
He in Big Three SoundCloud, but not no Big Three.
Listen, I made, cause back when I was more active on TikTok, when I would go on prompt, I made a prompt saying that you got a Big Three and you got a Mid Three, you have underground three, you could have had a could have been three, and then you had like an outside three. And outside three is not necessarily a traditional rapper. They operate in a hip hop field, but they're not like
rappers.
rapping. Like I had like I think I don't want to search for it because that's too much work. I'm gonna take too much time. But and I think in my Big Three I had obviously Drake, Kendrick Cole. My Mid Three was Big Sean, Wale, and Meek. Like, and when I said mid, I don't mean like they ass. I just mean like they're
Below
they
the
average.
top three.
They just like a step below from where the Big Three is. And then like you had the could have been three who the rappers who was expected to blow up, but they never took the next step to the level. And I think it had Chance the Rapper, Jay Electronica, and somebody else. I think it was Big Crit or somebody like that. And then I had the could have been was like no, not could have been.
The outsider three.
The outside three was like Tyler, Future, and like Childish Gambino, I believe. So based off of
Okay.
because no, we're not gonna do that. Gambino was he was like because of the internet.
Well, no, I wasn't doing that face for game. I was doing more for Future because I was when you said like the outside three is more so something else besides rapping, and then
Yeah, like
I get what you mean.
they're not like a traditional sense of
Rapping,
hip-hop.
lyricism,
Yeah,
bars,
like,
all that, but
because Tyler,
Future's still out there.
because we know Future's a terrible rapper, but he make good music,
Make great music, so
good
it's like,
songs.
that's why I was like, okay, I see what you're saying.
You would never go for Future. All right, I want to hear bars. No, you not. That's
Wanna hear
not.
trap.
That's not what you want to go. You want to hear that, trapping shit. Maybe some romantic. Because he make music. For
He make
romance.
everything.
Maybe drugs usage. Basically, he'd catch a 5 minute. Tyler, he's more artistic when it comes to his music. So, it wasn't until like Flower Boy where he became who he is today, and he changed the image because you remember he was very, 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 very much Eminem esque as far as he's a shock value rapper. So I remember back in like 2011, I heard Yonkers for the first time, and if you know, you know. So, I had Underrated 3 as well. That was the other one, the other category I was saying about, and I completely forgot who was in that. So,
Right.
So, in the sense of, we're not finna sit here and rewrite history because I know most people got recency bias. So y'all need to start. Yes, did Cole fuck up and probably put a stain on his career? Yes. But at the same time, we're not finna rewrite history and say he's not Big Three when he is Big Three. Okay? Stop it, y'all. Y'all be bullshit. So, I think as far as Cole go, I think he probably had to live with this one forever because he should have just did the battle. Rather, you just did one song and you bowed out and let Drake and Kendrick, because you can't sit here because you although you did do 7-minute drill, it was mixed reviews because we could obviously tell you was holding back if you listen to it, but you could just let that one out there and not said anything. Like I would have did that because if you really didn't want to be involved, no one would have blamed you if you would have let that one sit there and say nothing. Because at the end of the day, the real battle was between Drake and Kendrick. That's what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah, that was a real battle for me.
That's what everybody wanted to see because that's been brewing since 2013. So, hey, that's what I'm going to say about it. So, Cole, I hope he comes with some heat. I hope this is the classic album that really validate him, where he makes him feel like this is it. Because everybody says, as far as classic hip-hop albums go, it's 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and then a lot of people like to seek Born Center in there, but we talking about certified hip-hop album is Forest Hills Drive. So I hope this is the album that I hope surpasses Forest Hills Drive, but this is also the album that he feel like this is the one that, all right, this I got the one. So
Okay.
that's all I'm gonna say about Cole.
Yeah. I just want to ask, like, I've been seeing that going around when people talking about the beef and like who had the more embarrassing out, I guess, between Drake and Cole.
I mean, it's different because it's different in their own way. I think it's equally bad because we've seen Drake act like a sore loser, and then we've seen Kendrick. I'm not Kendrick. You see Cole not doing nothing at all. So I don't know. They're equally bad in his own way. So, that's all I gotta say.
Gotcha.
So you got anything else?
Yep. That's pretty much all I got for now. Unless I can think of something.
All right. So thank you again for joining us on the Deuce episode of the Club 314 podcast. I'm Cameron. This is Leo. Make sure y'all hit our you subscribe to our feeds wherever you get your podcast from. Hit the notification bell on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, deuces.
Peace.
Abusing the grind and switching like dimes. These niggas can't see me on tippy toes. Put that pack in my hand.